Sri Krishnaswamy's films have always been for the dissemination of Indian culture, Indian spirituality and philosophy. It was not easy to stick on to this principle. What I admire most in Mr. Krishnaswamy is that he never compromised with his convictions, with his principles, with the philosophy of his life. In the Mahabharata, there is a verse, where there is dharma, there is Sri Krishna, and where there is Krishna, there is victory. And here I would like to add my own words to the shloka, where there is dharma, there is Sri Krishnaswamy, and where there is Krishnaswamy, there is victory.
I am reminded of a Hindi शेर, अपनी आग को जिंदा रखना कितना मुश्किल है, पत्थर बीच आईना रखना कितना मुश्किल है। तुमने मंदिर देखे होंगे, ये मेरा छोटा आंगन है, एक दिया भी जलते रखना कितना मुश्किल है। The poet says, how difficult it is to keep the fire in you. It is as difficult as keeping a mirror surrounded by stones. You might have seen many temples. This is my small courtyard. I find it very difficult keeping one small diya lamp burning all the time. I think I should say a few words about our founder. He has kept the flame alive in the midst of storms. His commitment was so contagious that I got fully involved and later helped in diversifying into television serials also.
I established this company with the sole intention of making films on Indian art, Indian history, Indian culture. But it was a very, very difficult task because it was almost impossible to raise the capital, raise any resources. So I spent 10 years making advertising and promotional films, which became part of the culture of our company, and we continue that.
So let's take a quick peep into these 5 decades. In the first decade, we made about 100 advertising films. Several logos like the Madras Fertilizers Vijay puppet and slogans like LIC's A Symbol of Eternal Love were born as a byproduct of our film. Commencing with the film for National Productivity Council in 1966, we have made about 200 corporate and industrial films. Our film on Neyveli Lignite Corporation won us the National Award in 1968.
Below 70 meters lies the treasure. Bucket wheel excavators, some of them of smaller capacity, excavate the lignite.
In addition, virtual private networks linking work groups have been created.
They all have one thing in common. Some vital components from Bharat Electronics Limited, BEL.
Or a tri-annual capital overhaul. With its 14 iron ore deposits and estimated reserves of about 1,200 million tons of high-grade iron ore, Bailadila complex produces the richest iron ore in the world.
taking into account the investments that have already been made in the sister units of SAIL, like Alloy Steel's plant at Durgapur, the emerging technological scenarios of the future,
Oh, it's been a fascinating journey for us to experience such a wide variety of topics, from dietetics and nutrition to birth control pills to adult education to construction methodologies. The topics are just innumerous. We've made a large number of science films too.
The campus today has about 2,700 students, over 160 teaching staff, and nearly 200 supporting staff. Together, indeed, they pursue nothing less than the goal of perfection.
Requested Dr. Krishnaswamy to produce a film on how we were transforming young engineering graduates into software professionals capable of serving the needs of the global industry. And this film was remarkable in the manner in which dealt with multiple themes. Thereafter, TCS created the first campus, software campus for any IT company, and that was at Sholinganallur in Chennai. And we requested Dr. Krishnaswamy to produce a film. Again, it was an extremely interesting one, which translated the intent, spaces, and business activity into a cogent narrative. The vastness of the subject matter that he dealt with that has been truly amazing, and TCS certainly is proud to be associated with Dr. Krishnaswamy Associate.
Our urge to showcase the Indian performing arts led us to make 33 episodes of Indian classical and folk dances for a television channel in Singapore. Over 50 star classical dancers and over 100 folk artists from across the country have participated in this cultural extravaganza, which was a runaway success. Yes, When the Gods Dance won us the Creative Excellence Award from the US International Film and Video Festival, Illinois. We also had the rare privilege of recording the legendary icon, Srimati M.S. Subbalakshmi, in our studios.
ஊருக்கு நல்லது சொல்வேன், எனக்குண்மை தெரிந்தது சொல்வேன், சீருக்கெல்லாம் முதலாகும், ஒரு தெய்வம் துணை செய்ய வேண்டும்.
What is remarkable about this journey is how almost every project that has been undertaken by you is a pioneering effort, far ahead of your times. And to use a visual medium like cinema, to give very important messages that we as responsible citizens of our country all want, need to do, but you have made it possible. Really, that's a huge achievement, and it is truly humbling, sir.
Sometime in the early 1970s, I made a film called I, First Person Singular, which was an experimental film exploring the Indian identity. This film went on to get the Special National Award to commemorate the Silver Jubilee of Indian independence as the best film of 25 years.
I am a common man. I see the whole nation before me. I see my relatives, my friends, all against me. No, I cannot fight this. You are not a coward. Think who you are. Gather all your strength, all your courage.
Yes, I am the common man. But I am also the person who gives you your power. I do not beg of you for liberty. Liberty is my birthright. I know my duties as well as my rights.
Felicitate my old friend, Mr. Krishnaswamy, whom we affectionately call Babu. The uniqueness of Babu's effort has been that from the day one he had an objective before him. He did not go into film making for money making. He made those films which were historically important, culturally significant, and also leaving a message for the nation.
Soon after that, I bucked up courage to make the long film that I wanted to make, which I had mentally made up 10 years earlier. This I eventually christened as Indus Valley to Indira Gandhi. It's a 4-hour film on Indian history. Most people said, you don't watch 20 minutes of a documentary film which is thrust on you when you go to a cinema house. How do you expect somebody to buy a ticket and get into a cinema house to watch a 4-hour film? You know, if you are bitten, then only if you are bitten you know that you have to do it. So I completed the film. It was based on enormous amount of borrowings, and I had kind of burnt the boats. Eventually, there was a very momentous and important occasion when the association of the 7 major companies of Hollywood representatives sat in one show, watched the film, and all 7 of them agreed to acquire it and distribute it. Ultimately, it was Warner Brothers who acquired the film. It was a phenomenal success. It was the first time ever that anybody was experimenting with a theatrical release of a long documentary. Well, we spoke about everything from Indus Valley to the lamppost of that time, that is Indira Gandhi. The title was significant in that sense.
The single most ambitious and most expensive non-fiction film ever produced here. The first Indian film to be distributed under the internationally renowned banner of Warner Brothers. Indus Valley to Indira Gandhi, on the 5,000-year drama of Indian history and culture, filmed in fabulous monuments of long-forgotten empires, as well as in living palaces of recent history. An encyclopedic sweep on the diverse facets of India, the religions, the wars, conflicts, intrigue, our abject poverty, and our heroic efforts to solve our problems, our moral strengths and weaknesses. Indus Valley to Indira Gandhi is Krishnaswamy's magnum opus, an epic drama of the Indian people in 2 parts of about 2 hours each. Knowledge explodes. It changes your perception of India.
Somebody said that if you want to create history, write something worth reading about or do something worth writing about, Dr. Krishnaswamy read both. That was his success. I still recollect the day on which I witnessed the movie Indus Valley to Indira Gandhi. I was a student of the Vivekananda College at that time. I must confess to my revered Swamiji that that was the only occasion I cut my classes to go and watch that movie. But it is too late for them to take disciplinary action against me. What happened? The impact that Indus Valley to Indira Gandhi created in me was so great. We owe a great deal to posterity to record our history, and that is where I really salute Dr. Krishnaswamy.
It was possible now to think in terms of ideas that were unusual and get somebody to pay for it, instead of my taking the risk all by myself. Mona and I were practically the first civilians to enter the Golden Temple after the Operation Blue Star. And we filmed what was happening there in the last hours of the operation and continued that to make an independent journalistic film. And the Ministry of External Affairs made several hundred prints and distributed it worldwide to show what India's point of view was. Nevertheless, it was an independent film and it did not toe the government line all the way through. There were problems with the censor board and it was not released in India. So I went to court. So we got the censor certificate about 2 years later. It was covering a specific event and a lot of water had flown under the bridge during that period and the film was never shown.
A few weeks earlier, when Bachchan Singh's pious wife, son and daughter visited a Gurdwara, who could imagine that the little grandson was going to be left alone? Major General Kuldeep Singh Brar, Divisional Commander, committed to the operations in the Golden Temple complex at Amritsar, describes the sequence of the actual operations in the site.
As far as Harminder Saab is concerned, I had to veto this request and pass a very difficult order that under no circumstances will any fire be directed at Harminder Saab.
Mona wanted to make a film of her own on the changing status of women with special reference to Tamil Nadu. This got her the IFUW, that is the International Federation of University Women, first international award at Helsinki.
Muttammal has mortgaged her son for 1,500 rupees as a bonded laborer in a beedi factory. Her hard work is able to pay only the interest. Can she redeem her son?
When circumstances due to national policy made me drift away from science, the driving seat of Krishnaswamy Associates as head of the company came to me on a platter. Hypothetically, if my husband was making commercially oriented escapist feature films, conflicting with sensitive social interest, I would have rejected this offer and preferred to remain a homemaker when I had to give up science for reasons beyond my control. On the other hand, if my husband was a get-rich-quick businessman offering me even the throne of an empire, I'm sure I would have quietly walked away from the scene. But here is a man who quenched my intellectual and creative thirst, strong in his convictions that his work should be fresh breeze to enrich culture, enliven society, enlighten people, a man with gender sensitivity who respects women. I began to tread his path.
These were pre-independent television days in India, and we were entrusted by an American television syndicate to make a film on the entire non-aligned summit in 1983, where more than 100 heads of state from around the world had assembled in Delhi. And I had the good fortune to interview several heads of state, including personalities like Fidel Castro and Arafat. We were very concerned about what was happening in the field of environment in the country. And we got a sponsorship for making couple of films on the pollution in the Ganges.
यह हरिद्वार है। यहाँ सदियों से लाखों करोड़ों गंगा भक्तों ने श्रद्धानत होकर भक्ति भाव से स्नान किया है और इसकी सुखद स्मृतियाँ आजीवन अपने साथ संजोए ले गए हैं। पिछले कई दशकों से हर की पौड़ी की इन पवित्र स्नान घाटों पर आने वाली पावन गंगा को 3 नालियाँ प्रदूषित करते आ रही थी।
Within living memory, the people of Kanpur recollect swimming in the Ganga at these traditional bathing points even a few decades ago. But today, most of these bathing ghats are dry. Maybe Mother Ganga got offended, for the goddess has changed her course in recent decades. The river flows a few kilometers away from the traditional bathing ghats, as though deserting the irreverential men who have been dumping human, animal, and industrial waste in the river.
In 1984, when Mom, Dr. Mohana, decided to shift away from her scientific research to invest her whole time at Krishnaswamy Associates, we began to make select fiction-based television programs.
என் கதைகள் பல படமாக இருக்கின்றன. ஆனால் படத்துக்கு பிறகு அந்த கதைகளே மிகவும் நன்றாக இருப்பதாக எனக்கு தோன்றும். இந்த நல்லதோர் வினையை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் நான் எழுதிய நாவலை விடவும் இதன் படமாக்கம் எனக்கு திருப்தி தருகிறது. இது ஒரு சிறப்பு அம்சம்தானே.
பொதுவாகவே எழுத்தாளர்களுக்கு தங்கள் கதைகளின் படப்பிடிப்பு அவ்வளவாக திருப்தி தருவதில்லை. அப்படி இருந்தும் உங்கள் நாவலை விடவும் இதன் படப்பிடிப்பு உங்களுக்கு திருப்தி அளிக்கிறது என்றால் அதைவிட எனக்கு ஒரு மகிழ்ச்சி இருக்க முடியாது.
தெய்வத்தை உபாசிக்கிறவங்க ஒரு மனுஷனை நேசிக்க கூடாதா? லலிதா, அவர் உங்களுக்கு தெய்வமாவே இருக்கட்டும். நான் மனுஷனா இருக்க விரும்புறேன். ரகசியம்
என்னது? அனாதைங்களுக்கு நாங்களா?
நாங்க எந்த விதத்துல தம்பி உங்களுக்கு உபயோகமா இருக்க முடியும்?
ஏன் முடியாது? அப்பா அம்மா பாசம்னா என்னன்னே தெரியாது எங்களுக்கும் எங்க அனாதை இல்லத்துக்கும் நீங்க 2 பேரும் அப்பா அம்மாவா இருந்தா போதும்.
துப்பறியும் ஷாம்பு 50 வருடங்களுக்கும் மேலாக தமிழ் ரசிகர்களை குலுங்க சிரிக்க வைக்கும் காவியம் துப்பறியும் ஷாம்பு. கொல்ல எதுவா இருந்தாலும் என்ன கான்டாக்ட் பண்ணுங்க.
சின்ன குயிலே பளிங்கு மாளிகை அடுக்கு மாடிகள் நாகரீகம் நகரிலே அகல சாலைகள் பற்பல வாகனம் புதிய வேகம் கூடுமே.
சின்ன கோயிலின் எளிமை தேவதை தீக்குள் விரலை வைப்போம் தீய மாட்டோம்.
ஹாய், எப்படி இருக்கீங்க? ஞாபகம் இல்லை அன்னைக்கு இங்க சந்திச்சோமே? மேடம் ரொம்ப அழகா இருக்கீங்க.
மிஸ்ஸஸ் பிரபுன்னு சொன்னா பத்தாதா?
நீங்க யாருன்னு கேட்டா நீங்க உங்க பேர் தானே சொல்லணும். ஏன் உங்களுக்குன்னு தனி அடையாளம் இல்லையா?
விஷாலம்
என்னோட சாம்ராஜ்யத்துக்கு நீ தான் பட்ட மகிஷி. அந்த ஸ்தானத்தை வேற யாரும் அபகரிக்க முடியாது. நான் சாம்ராஜ்யம்னு சொன்னது என் மனசையும் சேர்த்துதான். என் மனசுல ஆட்சி செய்யறது இந்த காமாட்சி தான்.
மனசு ஆட்சி செய்யறது அவளோட மனசாட்சியா தான் இருக்கணும்னா அதை தள்ளி வச்சுட்டு வேற யாருக்கும் அந்த ஆட்சியை கொடுத்துடப்படாது. அம்படையாளுக்கு கூட.
We at Krishnaswamy Associates began to make television serials rooted in Tamil culture but produced for the national audience in Hindi.
Upasana, a glorious classic of ancient Tamil Nadu.
तुम्हारी आंखों में राजसी मत भरा है. लज्जा करो राजन, लज्जा करो. तुमने पत्नी के पैरों के शिलम के लिए न्याय की उपेक्षा कर दी. ये मुकुट उतार फेंको. तुम्हें शोभा नहीं देता ये। प्राण किसी की तुच्छ नहीं होते, चाहे वो पूर्ववासी के हो या राज परिवार के। तुम प्रजा पालक नहीं, प्रजा घालक हो, प्रजा घालक।
Tyagabhumi was the only Indian feature film to be banned by the British ruling India in 1939 for its nationalistic sentiments. To mark the golden jubilee of the ban, Krishnaswamy Associates produced a Hindi version of the original film, telecasting it in the national network of Doordarshan in 1989. My father makes a dedication at the beginning of the Hindi version of the film by way of introduction. In many ways, those phrases epitomize the philosophy of Krishnaswamy Associates. Dr. Krishnaswamy says, "This is a three-way dedication: a film historian paying tribute to a pioneer filmmaker, a citizen of free India paying homage to a freedom fighter, a son offering oblations to his father."
यह हिंदी टेलीफिल्म त्यागभूमि।
बेटे, हमारी परंपरा त्याग की है, इसीलिए हमारे देश का नाम ही त्याग भूमि है।
त्याग? आप कहिए तो मैं किसी भी तरह का त्याग करने को तैयार हूं, लेकिन यह त्याग सिर्फ स्वतंत्र रहने के लिए होगा, गुलामी सहने के लिए नहीं। पिताजी, मैं डर कर रोक कर नहीं जीना चाहती, मैं हंसकर हिम्मत से जीना चाहती हूं, चाहे मुझे अपने प्राणों का ही क्यों न त्याग करना पड़े। मैं खुशी से जेल जा रही हूं, जब बाहर निकलूंगी हमारा देश आजाद होगा। लेकिन ये आजादी सिर्फ कौमी आजादी नहीं होगी, ये तो हर एक मनुष्य की आजादी होगी, जिसमें एक औरत को उतनी ही आजादी होगी जितनी एक मर्द को।
To mark the golden jubilee year of Krishnaswamy Associates and the 150th birth anniversary of the revered saint, we made a 52-part Tamil TV serial on the life of Swami Vivekananda.
மெய்சில் இருக்க வைக்கும் சுவாமி விவேகானந்தரின் வாழ்க்கை வரலாறு.
ஐயா, நீங்க கடவுளை பார்த்திருக்கீங்களா?
நிச்சயமா பார்த்திருக்கேன். உனக்கும் காட்ட முடியும்.
मैंने आपके महाराज पर थूकने के लिए थोड़ी ना कहा, केवल इस चित्र पर थूकने के लिए कहा था। ये तो केवल बेजान कागज है, इस पर उनका चित्र बनाया हुआ है। महाराज का खून, मांसपेशी, हड्डी आदि कुछ भी नहीं है इसमें।
Sisters and brothers of America,
यः पठेत् शिवसन्निधौ शिवलोकमवाप्नोति शिवेन सह मोदते।
அமர்நாத் தரிசனம் உனக்கு எப்படி இருந்தது?
அந்த பனியில உருவாகி இருக்கிற சிவலிங்கம் ஒரு பக்கம், அந்த சிவ தரிசனத்துல என் குருநாதர் நீங்க ஒளிமயமா தெரிஞ்சது இன்னொரு பக்கம். எப்படி ஒரு டிவைன் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸை என்னால வார்த்தையால எப்படி சொல்ல முடியும்?
இதெல்லாம் தமிழ்ல என்னைக்காவது எழுப்பாங்களாங்கிற ஒரு ஆசை இருந்தது. அந்த ஆசையை கிருஷ்ணசாமி அவர்கள் பூர்த்தி செய்தது மிகவும் நல்லது. அது ஒரு மிகப்பெரிய நீண்ட ஒரு தொடராக எடுத்து அது டிவியில் காட்டினது ரொம்ப நல்லா இருந்தது. நிச்சயமாக தமிழ் தெரிந்த மக்களுக்கு சுவாமி அவர்களுடைய ஒரு வாழ்க்கை வரலாறு, ஒரு நீண்ட வாழ்க்கை வரலாறு, அது இப்போ ஒரு டிவிடியை கொண்டு வந்திருக்கிறது ரொம்ப முக்கியம். இப்படிப்பட்ட ஒரு படத்தை எடுத்த டாக்டர் கிருஷ்ணசாமி அவர்களுக்கும் தமிழகம் இன்றைக்கும் கடமைப்பட்டிருக்கேன்
சென்னை ஆடியன்ஸ்லேயும் அதுக்கு ஃபஸ்ட்டு ரேங்கிங் கிடச்சிருக்குது. பொதுவான தமிழ்நாடு ஆடியன்ஸ்லேயும் அதுக்கு ஃபஸ்ட் ரேங்கிங் கிடச்சிருக்குது. ரொம்ப அருமையாக வந்து இந்த சீரீஸு எல்லாத்துக்காட்டிலும் அதோட சிறப்பு என்னன்னா அது ரொம்ப ஹிஸ்டாரிக்கலாக சரித்திரை நோக்கத்தினால ரொம்ப பர்ஃபெக்டான சீரியல். அதுபோல் எந்த விதத்தில் நீங்கள் சரித்திர நோக்கில் எந்த டிஃபெக்டும் கண்டுபிடிக்க முடியாது. அப்படி ஒரு குறைவற்ற அழகான சீரியல். அதை நாமளே பார்த்து ரொம்ப ஆச்சரியப்பட்டிருக்கோம். அந்த டெலி சீரியல் ரொம்ப ஆச்சரியமான தாக்கம். அந்த தாக்கம் உண்டாகணும், எல்லார் மேலேயும் பகவான் ஸ்ரீராமச்சந்திர அருள் பொழியணும். எல்லாருடைய இந்த உலக வாழ்க்கை மற்றும் ஆன்மீக வாழ்க்கை இரண்டிலும் எல்லாருக்கும் எல்லா முன்னேற்றமும் நன்மையும் வளமும் வளர்ச்சியும் கிடைக்கணும் அப்படின்னு பிரார்த்திச்சுட்டு.
For very strange reasons for which we don't have time to explore now, the books and publications at the national level on the history of the freedom struggle created a national impression that the Tamils did not participate in the freedom struggle at all. And I made a film, a series of 13 parts called Elu Thalaimurai Eluchi. It is very highly research based. What Tamil leaders and Tamil people have contributed to the freedom struggle within the state and for the country as a whole came through in that.
இந்த 7 தலைமுறை எழுச்சி என்பதை நான் பார்க்கிற பொழுதும் கூட வாரம் நான் அதில் சம்பந்தப்பட்ட என்ற நினைப்பே இல்லாமல் வாழ்கிற பிரஜைகளிலே ஒருவன் என்ற உணர்வோடு அதை நான் பார்க்கிற பொழுது இந்த அரிய படத்தை எடுத்த உங்களுக்கும் கூட நான் நன்றி செலுத்த வேண்டும், பாராட்ட வேண்டும். நாடு அதை செய்ய வேண்டும், அதனுடைய கடமை.
Somebody went to court and said this is not an authentic story of the freedom struggle. We got a judgment in our favor stating that it is a very authentic depiction of the freedom struggle.
The documentaries that they have produced are education. If schools, especially the government education department, will take up this and introduce this as visual education in all the schools, it will make a great difference. Especially the film on what Tamilians contributed to the freedom struggle.
The films division supported my production of a biography of Rajaji, Kamaraj and Ramana Maharshi. Doordarshan supported our production of biographicals on R. Venkatraman and C. Subramanyam.
Rajaji had played a significant role in dislodging the Congress from power in Tamil Nadu. In their last days, Rajaji and Kamaraj came together for the first time in an attempt to set right the wrongs they considered they had done to their state by their mutual differences. Neither of them lived long enough to achieve this.
நம்முடைய பாரத கலாச்சாரத்தை எப்படி எல்லாம் அந்த காலத்தில் இருந்தோ அது எல்லாத்தையும் திரும்ப ஞாபகப்படுத்தணும்னு சொல்லி நாங்கள் சாமானிய படம் பார்க்க மாட்டோம். அவர் படம் கொண்டு வந்தால் மாத்திரம் ரமண மகர்ஷி படம் கொண்டு தர பார்த்தோம், இந்த இந்திரா காந்தி படம் கொண்டு தர அதை பார்த்தோம். இன்னைக்கு தைரியமாக நம்முடைய பாரதம் கலாச்சாரம் பண்பாடு ஆன்மீகம் இதை மாத்திரமே அடிப்படையாக வைத்துக்கொண்டு அதில் எவ்வளோ புதுமை பண்ண முடியுமோ அத்தனையும் காமிச்சு உலகம் முழுக்க ஆச்சரியப்பட்டாங்களோ. அவங்க 2 பேரும் தம்பதிகளாக இருந்து நல்லா பண்ணுறாங்க.
We wanted to make a biography of His Holiness the Paramacharya, but he called me and said, I don't want a biography. You are known to make history films. You make a history of the entire Kanchi Math. So that's what we did.
The Kanakabhishekam of the most revered Paramacharya as part of his birth centenary celebrations was a historic event in the annals of Sanatana Dharma in recent centuries.
To mark the golden jubilee of Indian independence, Krishnaswamy Associates made
India 5555.
The White House chose to screen it for the American President Bill Clinton as part of his orientation to visit India.
It's very important that cultural, artistic geniuses like Krishnaswamy interpret history.
Underlying these this large oeuvre, this large lifetime's work, is a theme which goes well beyond the confines of cinema and actually occupies the entire civilizational space of our country.
We made a film on what is going wrong with our electoral process and what needs to be done. That was supported by the Foundation for Democratic Reforms.
Hypothetically, if there are 100 voters in your constituency, and out of these, on an average, 60 turn out to vote, often the candidate who gets 23 out of these 60 votes gets elected, because the balance 37 are split between all the opposing candidates. This would mean that the elected representative really represents only 23% of the total electorate. The balance 77% have no voice to represent them in the next 5 years.
One of the things about the work of Dr. Krishnaswamy is that he is not superficial. In his suite may be wide-ranging. He took on an astonishing variety of topics, big issues spanning the economic, social, political, cultural, aesthetic, and indeed literary dimensions. Taking an interest in citizenly things, I want to salute the independence and integrity of this man of creative distinction.
Then I go on to something of which we are immensely proud, and legitimately so. This is our pioneering work on the impact of ancient India on Southeast Asia.
Are you aware of the several hundred Hindu temples 1,000 years old besides India-inspired Buddhist monuments in Southeast Asia? Did you know that in some of them there is live Hindu worship even today? Doordarshan proudly presents Indian Imprints, combining scholarship with visual melody, a documentary serial by Dr. S. Krishnaswamy. Here is a man who was conferred with the Honor Summers Award by the Watermill Foundation, Honolulu, for his filmmaking with a sense of social commitment, combining technical skill and creative finesse. He was conferred with the Seva Ratna Award by Sri S.D. Sharma, former President of India, for being a monumental example of Indian cultural heritage. He has several national and international awards for his films to his credit. He is a recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award from the US International Film and Video Festival, and more recently, a recipient of the coveted Padma Shri Award from the President of India.
You could easily say the Padma Awards have definitely gained distinction by someone of the stature of Krishnaswamy willingly accepting.
He is never at any stage I've seen lobby for any award. His work has always spoken for him. We now need Indians to write a history about India through an Indian perception, and his contribution in the Southeast Asia would merit, in my opinion, his decorating Padma Bhushan and Padma Vibhushan. Maybe, I think you deserve Bharat Ratna much more.
Krishnaswamy Associates' sense of integrity, far-sighted vision, and dedicated teamwork has made to achieve a distinct place in the documentary film industry. To follow one's dream and do things in the interest of the nation and culture above self is really a great virtue. True to its mission, continuing this tradition right from its inception for the past 50 years is laudable. I convey my warm felicitations to Dr. Krishnaswamy and Dr. Mohana Krishnaswamy and the entire team of Krishnaswamy Associates on the Golden Jubilee.
I would like to congratulate Dr. Krishnaswamy ji, and he must be nominated to Rajya Sabha as a member of Rajya Sabha.
And I would say Krishnaswamy and his family, they are the modern yogis, I would say. I will not hesitate in calling him a yogi. Because Swami Vivekananda wanted such people who are devoted to their nation, their culture, and that passion, that is the mark of a yogi.